Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to the 24th episode in my FS17 Goldcrest Valley Let's Play series. In the last episode in this series, we went ahead and harvested, let's see here, fields 17, which is kind of over there on the left-hand side, 19 and 24, so we got a bit of corn off of there. In this episode, I wanted to work on field 17, plant some grass on it, and then plant some trees and get it ready for growing trees. I was planning on growing trees on fields 10, 17, and 18, and then actually clearing trees around field 11, turning that into a hay field. So over the course of today, I'll work on that, but that may be, 3 or 4 episodes worth of content there. So, yeah. So the other thing I needed to do that we should probably check on is I have not checked on the animals yet today. So I don't know if we're having cleanliness issues, and we are. Oh, the pigs. Piggies. Okay, so we still have 100% product. Oh, that doesn't make sense. We still have 100% productivity, but our cleanliness is 27%. The sheep are 99%, and the cleanliness is 77%. So is the cleanliness supposed to be 100 or 0? I don't know. Let's go clean up after them anyways. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is run over here by the chickens and pick up these eggs. So, still wishing I had my chicken coop mod that I could just walk into and get all the eggs in one place and not have to do a scavenger hunt. There we go. Alright, that's pretty good. I think we got most of them. There's another one. Alright. So then the other thing I was going to do, I talked about this briefly in the last episode, I want to do one more solar collector. And we've got these 4, and if I add a 5th one, I kind of want to add it right here. But we got a tree here. So let's make it so we don't have a tree here. Let's see, I want it to... Actually, I kind of want it to actually fall over the railroad tracks. Probably not the best decision. Let's see, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Ta-da. Oh, don't want to cut it yet. Just want to take the branches off. There we go. Alright. I kind of want to cut this up into chunks that I can move. And of course, it's going to be finicky about that. Come on. Man. I really wish I could cut the log from like here, right? Like right here you would see the marks. think it's really stupid that I gotta like stand on top. Oh, I had it. There we go. Oh, come on. There you go. There we go. Now as long as I don't change like the angle of my guy and I just walk sideways, in theory I can keep doing these cuts. And I'll grab my pickup truck and just throw this stuff in the back. Didn't really seem worth bringing the train around and putting the loader arms on the tractor, driving up the side of the hill to try and load this thing into the train. Oh, that's good for a chainsaw. We'll just cut right through that rail. So that won't cause any issues at all with the teeth. Boy, it'd sure be nice if I could see what I'm cutting. Alright, there we go. Come on. Interesting. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Yeah. There you go. Alright. At least now it's not on the railroad tracks. Alright, and everything looks small enough I can pick it up. Nope, come on. There we go. So then the next thing we want to do is place the solar collector. So we're going to use, let's see. Why can't I not remember what the button is? Man, you take a week off from playing a game and you just forget everything about it. Alright, let's try this again. Ah! Alright, 10th time is a charm. Again, you don't press those buttons anymore. Placeables. And we want a solar collector. Cool. It's interesting. What is so offensive about that spot? You would think weird. Alright, whatever. That works. Cool. Was it literally because I was standing there? Can't be. Alright. Maybe it was. That looks fine. It's a little bit of a gap there, or whatever. So, alright. Now we should be... Our baseline operating expenses should all be covered at this point. Let's hop into our tractor. And we gotta grab our arms and our bucket, and then we'll go clean up after the pigs and the sheep. hill we go. Yeah, this right here is also really jumpy for some reason. That's alright. I gotta... Let's see here. So we're sitting right at 50 frames. Which is not great, but considering I'm recording it, it's not horrible. Just curious to see if my frame rate drops when it gets real jumpy like that. Oh, wow, that's weird. A really solid 60 now. Oh. Yeah. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah, we're pushing 80, 90 frames over here. Oh. There we go. It's odd that it's only corn that I'm picking up, right? It's not pig food, even though I gave them pig food. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So, like, when I have the camera down at the ground, I get 88 to 90 frames. But then when I have it pointed up, I'm getting 40. I can't adjust graphics settings with the game running, can I? Alright. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna hop out. And then I'm gonna retweak my graphics settings and then pop back in here. Well, I turned on the draw distance and and I got stuck on a building. I turned on the draw distance. I had it all cranked up at 200%. Pulled it down a little bit. It's kinda a little bit better. I almost wonder if I need to dial down my anti-aliasing too, but we'll stick with this for a little bit and see where it gets us. The potential of that new video card is just getting better and better. Let's see, sheep. Sheep are this way. So, yeah. Gotta go clean up after the sheep. I really feel like there should be a road right here. I'm just gonna keep using that as a shortcut. This is also interesting. So I feed the sheep hay, and yet the mess that I'm cleaning up is grass. I haven't had livestock long enough for this to become annoying, but apparently it's so annoying that there is now a automatic cleaning machine. Where did that go? Like, I picked it up, but then it's all gone. Is it because my bucket keeps getting stuck? And so... like, disappears when my bucket gets stuck. Whatever. I can see why people are using the cleaning mod. It's kind of a weird feature. Like, I don't know. Why would sheep stop growing wool and reproducing because they spilled a little bit of grass over here? Right? Like, that's all they do is eat grass. Why do they care where it is? Anyways. So the next thing I need to do, I need to plant grass on field 17. So I gotta head back over to the main farm and grab my new weeder seeder, because I can plant grass with that thing. Seems like a good way to do that. Whoops, I accidentally killed a little bit of crop there. Good thing I own that field. Yeah, now look, we're cruising along on the highway, getting 40 frames a second, and it's starting to jitter on me again. If I do this, I get 80 frames per second. Okay, weeder seeder is over here. There it is. I'm trying to think if I... I don't really need the bucket anymore. I'm gonna need the pallet forks when it comes time to do the saplings, but I'm also gonna need the flatbed trailer when it's time to do the saplings, so I have to come back here anyways. So I'm just gonna... Really? Is it because they're too high? No, yeah, alright. So I'm just gonna go plant the grass for now, and then I'll come back for the pallet forks and the trailer later. Alright, so this is full, and yeah, we can do grass, so let's take this thing on over to field 17, and I'll cut this part of the video out, and I'll pick back up when we get over there. Alright, so here we are at field 17, and we are going to turn on the weeder, and we will lower it, and well, let's go ahead and fire up GPS for this one. Auto width, move my width over. we go. That's not right. Interesting. So it's fertilizing, but it can't be planting, because I think it needs to be cultivated first. Yeah. Great. Yeah, see, it's not planting, so it needs to be cultivated. Alright, so let's see here. Turn off the weeder. Lift the weeder. Hold the weeder. I'm just gonna drop it over here for now. Oh. I always forget, you kind of need to actually lower that before you disconnect it. I've had a couple times where I've just disconnected it from the upright position and it totally just flips over. So of course now this one corner, because if I cultivate, right, and then I run the weeder again, this corner will have 2 levels of fertilization and the rest of the field will then only have 1. So part of me is wondering if I should just go grab my... if I should run the weeder on it and then cultivate it and then run it again and plant on it. Because then I'll have 2 levels of fertilization. But like I'm saying, I'm planting trees, which in theory, fertilization does not matter to the trees. So, I don't really know what to do. I kind of wish I had a second tractor. I would run one with the helper fertilizing and then one, I could run the other one cultivate. I don't think I have enough money to buy the sort of tractor that I would want to buy right now. Because I want to get this guy. Fenton and Hunter Vario. Wait. Yeah, reverse drive control. Yeah, I want to buy this guy. So I'm $100,000 shy. Ugh. I mean, I could take out a loan so I have it to work with, and then, like, once these fields are planted, I'll just go do missions for a little while and then pay back the loan. I'm gonna head back and grab the cultivator and the other weeder, because I can put the other weeder on the front and pull the cultivator behind, and then I'll just weed it with the bigger weeder, cultivate it, and then plant grass with the little weeder, and I'll just use this tractor for that. So, alright, I'm gonna go grab that equipment and cut out this part of the video and then pick it back up when I get over to the field with the equipment. Alright, so I'm back with my equipment, and we want to go ahead and drop off cultivator. Let's see. Drop off the weeder, the big weeder. Alright, bring up GPS mod here. Set our width. Whoa. Why are you doing that? There we go. Alright. It seems a little odd that the weeder would add fertilization by running it on a field that you just harvested, but you even guess. You know, even on a field that just harvested, you'd have like little weeds growing at the top, and you could be turning them in, and that's what you're getting your fertilization from. Still don't really know how these things work, if they're even real. I mean, I imagine that's a real piece of equipment if they've taken the time to include it in the game, but seems like this would just kind of thoroughly kill everything in the field. Yeah, that's kind of funny. When I point down here, like, we're getting in the hundreds with FPS. But then as I do more and more horizon, we get 80, 70, 60, 50s, like upper 50s. So I'm going to weed this, cultivate it, and then plant grass. And then that will be 2 levels of fertilization. But again, I really don't think it matters, so I'm just going to plant trees. That big dead tree right there at the end of the field. I wonder if the other trees ever grow. Like, will these little trees here on the side ever get bigger? Or the ones that are part of the map just kind of stay the same size all the time? I imagine they're all going to stay the same size, but it'd be kind of cool if they all grew. Alright, so we can lift this, and then fold it, and then we will shut off the GPS. We can take this back over here. Grab our cultivator. Oh, big bumps. I wonder whose house this is. Hopefully they don't mind me using it as a staging area. Well, no, that doesn't really... Hopefully that's not a house. That would be a really creepy house if it was a house. It has like no windows. Maybe that's like some utility substation thingy. This looks like a workshop. Got some benches and weed eater. A little shack out back. Garden shed with an air compressor and a wheelbarrow and a gas tank. Alright, so we want to unfold. And fire up the GPS. Set our width. Over here and hit the field edge. Alright, you know what? Let's not fire up the GPS. Let's fire up Courseplay. Why not, huh? Let's go ahead and help them with a little beta testing, shall we? So this is field 17. And we've got a 6-meter cultivator. We're going to start at the southwest corner. We are going to head north. And I don't really care if I return to the first waypoint or not. And I'm also not... Let's start by not making a headland and see what it looks like. Preview it. It looks pretty good. Down, back, down, back, down, back. Ends over here. It seems to be handling the taper good. Well. Alright, so we need to back up a little bit here. Or, of course, here's the other thing I can do. I can actually lower the cultivator. I can drive up to here and then say nearest waypoint and drive course. Ah, stupid thing. So, it's kind of been my beef with Courseplay is that when you start... How does it say finished work? Alright, let's do it this way then. First waypoint. We're in fieldwork mode. Yeah, drive course. Oh. What? Oh, that was the end. Okay. I see what you're doing. This is the start. Okay. User error. Didn't I... I swear to God, I told it... I told it southwest. Okay, yeah, that's totally my fault. Let's try that again with the correct inputs. Alright. Once again. Field 17, 6 meters. Southeast. Heading north. Generate. There we go. You start with the dark green. That looks much better. Okay. I was wondering why the spacing was weird on the first row. Normally the spacing is weird on the last row. Okay. Wunderbar. And now we're already folded up, so it doesn't matter. So we can say first waypoint, drive course. See, the thing is, if you unfold your cultivator, right, and you're a little ways off from the first point, then Courseplay will fold it up, drive to the beginning, and then unfold it again. And depending on the cultivator, like if it's that big, articulated, 5-section dealer, then that can take a while. And it's stupid that it does it to drive like 5 feet. So, anywho. Now with Courseplay running, we can kind of zoom out and, you know, get these artsy camera angles and watch our camera do work, and I don't actually have to do anything at all. In fact, we can like hop out and come stand over here and watch the tractor go. So the little bit of playing around with Courseplay that I have done, I've noticed that they've like really complicated the these turn maneuvers. So if you notice, like it barely went outside of, man, this video is really jumpy, but my frame rate's still pretty decent. If you notice, it barely went out of the field. It drove to the edge, backed up, and then turned, drove out here, and now is backing up, and it's gonna drop and go. And so you don't really need as big of a headland anymore, which is pretty cool. Because with that tight of a turn maneuver, incorporated with actually doing a headland in the sense that you have the tractor do 2 loops around the field. Although it looks like it just missed a spot, but that's probably the cultivator's fault and not Courseplay per se. So yeah, so you went to the edge, it backed up, it does its turn maneuver, and then it'll line up on this row. Let's see, like that. And now it's gonna back up to me. And then it's going to drop the cultivator, and it's going to take off. So it does a really good job, you know. This is nice and clean here, right? It's not really missing anything. Like I said, that little bit that it missed there is most likely the cultivator's fault. It probably hit a bump in the ground and jumped over it. So it's, I think, I like it. I like how it does it. It's really slow. It's a really slow way to cultivate these fields. But, you know, I don't know. It's painful now because I have 1 tractor. If I had a 2nd tractor, then I could go, you know, I could be driving back and forth and planting while that one's doing its thing. So I have a feeling soon I'll be buying that Fendt. I really don't want to take out another loan. So I'm just in gaming and in real life, I'm just kind of opposed to taking out loans. So I don't really want to take out a loan to pay for it. I'll just get it probably in the next couple episodes here after I do some missions. So we can hop over to the store and check out how much the tree planter costs. So let's see here. We need to buy, oh, I guess it's our forestry. This thing, it's only 26,000. That's not too bad. So we'll buy one of these, and then we need to buy trees. I guess that's under pallets. It is, okay. Uh, 20 trees on a pallet. I probably need, I don't know, maybe 5. Plant 100 trees over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be enough. I'm probably gonna need more than 5 pallets. bet I'm gonna need 10, but we'll see. It depends on how much spacing I give. I might leave the... Since I plan on doing 2 other fields with trees, I may leave them relatively spaced out. And this guy's taking a sweet time, isn't he? So, the other thing I should point out, in all fairness, you know, Courseplay gives you the option when it fires up whether you want to pay the hourly wage for the people you hire. I currently have that turned off, so I am not paying this guy to drive the tractor right now. I will probably enable that because really I should treat a Courseplay worker like any other hired worker, and so I should be paying him. Yeah, with it in beta, and because I was just doing some testing with it earlier, I clicked the button to disable it. And of course, it doesn't ask you that every time it loads the game, it only asks you that initially. And I think the only way I can turn that back on is to go into my save game folder and delete the config file, or maybe edit the config file for Courseplay. So I should probably do that if I'm going to make a habit out of using Courseplay. Now, the flip side of that is, like, if I just ran up here and jumped in the trailer. Okay, so if I sit in the tractor, right, then, you know, in theory, now I'm just using a really, really sophisticated GPS system, right? I'm not hiring a worker, even though it does technically count as a hired worker, so... Or we could just pretend that this is like Interstellar, and all my tractors and combines are little robots that I built, and they're driving around doing my bidding. That's the other way I look at Courseplay. They're not hired workers, they're robotic tractors that I have doing all my farm work for me. So of course I don't pay my robots. Maybe when I buy that Fent, I can buy a bigger cultivator. He missed a spot. Guess he's not going to do the corners correctly. That's right. I can fix that. Alright, so we finished that. I actually want to stop him and tell him to put that back down because we gotta fix this a little bit at the end. But I actually noticed a setting there, turn on field, deactivated, activated. So it was activated, I just now deactivated it. So I'll go ahead and use Courseplay to run the seeder weeder, and we'll run it with turn on field deactivated and see if it uses the traditional Courseplay headlands where it drives off the field and comes back instead of doing those really complicated turning maneuvers there. Let's see if we can get this cultivated going the other direction. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so we'll hold that up. I think we're good. Pretty sure this on the field is fine. Yeah, it's all cultivated. It looks like the planter missed a couple places, but yeah, that should be good. Alright, so we'll leave that there. And I'm gonna grab this thing. Whoa! Wrong button. That was my bad. Okay. Unfold. There we go. I don't know why I unfolded it. Courseplay's just gonna fold it back up again. Alright, so we'll close that. And this says field 17. It's like 9 meters. Still southeast, still going north. No headland. Generate. First waypoint, and we're gonna deactivate turn on field. And drive course. Oh, wait. Yeah. Stop driver. That won't work at all because this is not field work. It is fertilizing and seeding. First, there, go ahead and fold that up because it's going to want to do it anyways. Get lined up a little bit better here. And then we're going to say drive course. Alright. Oh crap, we're planting oilseed radish. That's not what I wanted to do at all either. Why did that get changed to oilseed radish? And is it too late to change that? I don't know what happens if I just try and plant over this again. Okay, so that's grass. Man, I'm rusty. Alright, first waypoint, drive course. Alright, now I should be able to confirm what that's doing over here. Oh, boo. Alright, so it's still registering that first little bit there as oilseed radish. Alright. It's weird that it's not. Grass is. Oh, okay, grass was disabled, that's why. Alright, that makes sense. So I guess I'm gonna have to cultivate that little section. That's annoying. Alright, well, anyways. Let's see what this thing does for a turn maneuver here at the end of the field. In theory, it should do one of the more traditional turns where it leaves the field. Yep. Okay. Well, that's a little bit quicker. You know, up until it gets hung up on a telephone pole. Alright, so we got our field finished. I'm going to clean up these edges here. And then I'm going to grab my cultivator and just cultivate in that section that has the oilseed radish, and we'll go ahead and replant over it real quick. Alright, so turn that off. I'm just going to kind of do this by hand and kind of just guesstimate. It's about halfway down the field, so that should be fine there. But I need to go a little wider. Just to be sure. There we go. Another little half lane there. Alright, that should be it. In theory, we can check over here. Right, so all the oilseed radish is gone. And you can see that little bit there that needs to have the grass planted. So, perfect. Go I'll fold this back up. And I'll ditch it over here. And grab my seeder. Whoa! What was that? I was just driving and my tractor rolled over. What the heck? Is that little bit of a hill there? There's that little hill there. Did I just hit that at like just the right speed or angle? Wow, weird. Oh man. Alright, so we can unfold. Here. Turn on, lower it. And off we go. Of course, now this section could very well have 3 phases of fertilization. I don't know. It seems the whole thing is convoluted, but whatever. Good news is you can only have 3, right? So if I come back now after the grass has grown and weed it one more time, then everything will be at 3 stages of fertilization. But again, I'm planting trees eventually, so like the point of this field isn't to be a hay field, the point is to be trees. So this all really should not matter one bit. Alright, so we got that done. I think I'm gonna leave the weeder, the big weeder here. I'm gonna take this planting weeder with me. Ugh. I almost flipped it over again. I'm gonna take the cultivator and the seeding weeder back to the main farm. Leave the big just weeder over here, and I will run it through the field one more time after the grass has grown before I do the trees. After the, I'll let the grass get to the first growth stage, weed it, and then, oh, come on. There we go, thank you. And of course I run right into a tree. Let's go around that tree. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to drive this over to the farm and then I'll pick up the video when I get over there. Alright, well I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here. I went ahead and washed off the tractor and everything. I'm going to let that field 17 grow to the first stage, and then I'm going to run the weeder on it again, just to make sure it's all completely fertilized evenly. Otherwise it's going to bother me every time I look at it on the map. And then I also need to cultivate and then plant oilseed radish on field 19 and 24. And I'd really like to have 2 tractors to do that. One to cultivate and then one to follow behind and plant. Just to kind of cut down on the time it takes to do that and the amount of, like fast forwarding and stuff I have to do in the videos. So I really want that Fendt 900. But I am a little short on the money. So I may actually, for the next couple hours of this game day, I might keep doing some missions until I get enough money to buy that tractor. And then once I can buy the tractor, then I'll pick this back up and record the next episode where I go through then and we'll do cultivate an oilseed radish on 1924 with using the case on the Fendt. And then yeah, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps a lot. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And then if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. I try to get to all the comments, although it may take me a day. And then, yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm Kentucky Farmer.